The MAE HONG SON Loop, famous for its sweeping curves through remote minority villages and its cooler climate in the far north of Thailand's beautiful mountains. We decided to take on this route to see more of this beautiful country, as well as its happy, smiling people, and to get a taste of a real authentic side of Thailand which some may miss. Our route will take us north from Chiang Mai towards the hippie outpost of Pai, before we turn to the south and follow the border of Myanmar towards the sleepy settlement of Mae Sariang. The full MAE HONG SON Loop covers 600 kilometers and includes 1,860 curves. So grab a cuppa, settle in, and join us on our intrepid adventures through northern Thailand.
We have just left Chiang Mai on the beginning of our road trip as we take on the MAE HONG SON Loop. And the first stop for us is Thingamajiggy Coffee Roasters. This is a place that just popped up in my Google feed in something random like Architecture Digest or something, one of the news feeds. Anyway, it is a beautiful location. We're just sitting across from these rice paddies out here. The architecture is very nice. We've got this bamboo shading and everything is like half brick and exposed woodwork. Really cute little spot. Even if you were in Chiang Mai, I would make this a little day trip if you're exploring around the area.
We have stopped at Mok Fa Waterfall. It costs 100 baht each and then 30 to park our car. Bit of a money maker, this waterfall. They said it's just a 10-minute walk, so we thought we'd have a little stop here and go and have a little look at the waterfall. We can hear the water, so we're just walking by it. But yeah, hopefully this is just a nice little spot to have a break on the way to Pai. Pretty cool. It's actually much bigger than I thought. I didn't know what it looked like, but I'm impressed.
Okay, so we are at a Mok Fa Waterfall now. As you can see, it is going pretty hard behind us because we've recently had some rain in the region. And that is the reason why the water is a little bit brown as well. I guess it's washed in everything, all of the dead plants and leaves and everything into the water. But apparently, in the high season, these waters are quite clear, and I think it'll be much more cool up here. It's actually quite humid here at the moment. But this is a really, really beautiful spot. The waterfall is epic. We're getting a little bit closer to the waterfall now. Charlotte wants to get right out into the mist, the spray back from the waterfall. Wow, it does look epic.
Woohoo! We can get pretty close. I think we can go even further, but I love being this close to a waterfall. We can just hear the almighty roar. You can feel the water against you. It's just like so exhilarating. Wow! This is really cool! The road from Chiang Mai to Pai is quite infamous because it is so bendy. There's over 700 bends to get there, so usually if you take the bus, which a lot of backpackers do, it is known for being a spewy bus. Everyone's usually sick on there. So I'm pretty thankful we're doing this in the car because I'm feeling a little queasy. We've been through lots of bends because we're climbing all these mountains, but I think we have around, 30 minutes to go until we get to Pai, which is our first destination, and I'm looking forward to checking into our hotel there and exploring more of Pai. We are leaving Pai now. We actually spent 3 nights here. I think that was enough time, but you could also spend 3 months here. It's one of those kind of places. Saying goodbye to this beautiful view at our hotel. Now we're going to go find some breakfast, and today's destination is MAE HONG SON. It's just about 2.5 hours away, I think, but we have quite a few stops along the way. And now we are making our way to MAE HONG... We have left Pai and now we're on the road to MAE HONG SON. We'll be there in a few hours later today, but first we're going to go stop at Lod Cave.
We are winding our way up and over this mountain here, and I believe we've just come to the mountain pass. I think we're pretty much at the top of this mountain, and it is such a windy road coming up here. I can see why this is such a popular motorcycle route. The bends in the road, there's a lot of hairpins and just curves and bridges and everything. It's been wonderful so far, and we're up in the clouds as well. It's definitely a bit cooler up here. But yeah, this is a little viewpoint on the way, and there seems to be like a shop selling some food, places to stop and take some photos, taking the scenic views. Very cool. I'm really, really enjoying this so far. We have just arrived at Lod Cave and we have our guide with the lantern. And we're going to take a rafting trip. We've also got some fish food for 50 baht. And I think it cost us 330 baht for the two of us to come with a guide and enter the cave.
While we're at the cave entrance, we can see some lights in there, so people have already crossed over. The water is very fast flowing, but it seems like everyone's over there, so we'll see. Bit scary.
Oh my goodness, JcE.
Oh my god. So we're now on our raft going through the cave. It's a bit wobbly, but it is so beautiful in here. Just all the stalagmites or stalactites? Stalactites, hold on tight, up top. And obviously it's pitch black without the lights, so we need the lights from the guides. And also we've got some lights.
Well, this is certainly a very, very unique experience. Now we have to dismount. It's a bit sketchy walking on these bamboo rafts, but slow and steady. It is so cool walking around in here just by the light of the lanterns. It's like so magical. Without the lights on, it's just pitch black and it's really humid in here. Everyone is sweating. The guides have to carry this gas lantern which is putting out some heat as well. But it is really cool in here. If you're doing the MAE HONG SON Loop, I would definitely recommend stopping off here. Coming for a cave experience, it's not that far off the road. I think it's like a 20-minute detour if you're driving from Pai to MAE HONG SON. And yeah, at the moment it's only one cave that you can go in because the bridge that connected the other two caves was wiped out with some recent rain. But in December that will be all put back together and then dry season will be here. And there'll be many more tours going through all three caves, which will be really cool. The other thing as well is there's lots of signs around, so there's a lot of English translations of the signs that are in Thai. So you can find out a lot of information about all of the features inside the cave as well as outside the cave, which is really helpful, really, really handy.
We have just driven about 15 minutes from the cave and Cory had a particular spot saved, and it's this incredible town up on the mountains called Jabo, and they have this row of cafes and the view is insane. We took some quite windy steep roads to get here, but it's paid off because the landscape is absolutely stunning, and come and check out the view from the cafe.
You come here for this incredible view and Charlotte is just playing with the cat.
Tiniest, cutest kitten I've ever seen in my life.
Look at this view, it is just unreal. See all these houses and cafes. We're just on this ledge. Amazing.
This is absolutely spectacular. A little bit scary, hanging off the edge, but the view is incredible, absolutely amazing. Well, we've not driven far, we've already found another incredible viewpoint. It is just absolutely breathtaking, this drive. There's just these places you can pull over and see the landscape, and the actual drive itself is so beautiful too, just winding along these roads, sometimes steep, but exciting roads.
Charlotte is a bit hungry as well, and luckily we have a lot of food and market stalls. You can get some clothes, fruit, drink, fuel. We're going to go for some chippies, I think. So because the place that we are staying at is not too far away from here, we are going to go back to that place tonight, check in, and then tomorrow morning we're going to head on out to Rak Thai, which is the Chinese village in Thailand, right on the border, and that will be our morning adventures tomorrow.
Well, we have made it to our accommodation and it's lovely. It's very tranquil out here. It's called the Countryside Resort, I think JcE&x Countryside Resort. And it's just like a minute or two drive out of the main town centre of MAE HONG SON. So this is where we're going to stay for tonight, and I think we're going to freshen up and head back into town and find some dinner. So we decided to stay an extra night in MAE HONG SON so we could come and take a day trip to this incredible place. It is a Chinese settlement in Thailand. As you can see, it looks very Chinese with all the ornaments around me, and we're going to go find somewhere to have some tea. The tea is all local to the area. There's so many tea plantations around here because of the cool climate here. We're actually over 1,800 meters above sea level, so it's really great for growing tea, and they just give you loads of samples, and you can obviously buy the tea as well. There's so many little tea stores around here, as well as like teacups, so you can buy some great souvenirs too. Okay, so we figured it out. We had to ask at the cafe, and we paid 350 baht for 2 people, and that includes a tea, and we'll be on the lake for 40 minutes. We're gonna have lots of tea today, it seems. We're living on tea. I wonder what this is. This is tea, the love of my life. Yes, as an English person, that is true. We are visiting a waterfall. I think one of the benefits of visiting Thailand, as it's coming out of wet season, means that all the waterfalls are absolutely pumping. We could hear this one from the car park, so we're like, yeah, that's going to be a good one. We paid 100 baht for a ticket each, and it's really close by, so we're going to take a little walk down now. Well, you don't have to walk far, it's just a couple of minutes walk down some stairs and you come to this big platform area overlooking the waterfall. There's no swimming signs. I wasn't tempted anyway, so it looks wild down there. But it's an amazing platform, and as you can see, the waterfall is absolutely epic. There's just so much water passing through. Now we're coming out the end of wet season, so obviously we just had so much rainfall for months and months, and last night it was actually raining a lot too. So this is a good time to come waterfall chasing. We are now leaving MAE HONG SON. We stayed here an extra night, so 2 nights in total. Nice place to have as a little base to go and visit some destinations around the area. But it's time to go south. I think we've got, what, a 4-hour drive today?
Roughly a 4-hour drive. There's not a lot to see on the way, but we are aiming for Mae Sariang, where we have a hotel reservation tonight. Quite a nice little hotel, so let's get on the road. So even though it doesn't seem like there's much for us to see along this stretch of the route, there's always going to be places like this, like rest stops with viewpoints overlooking amazing valleys, particularly for the motorcycle riders who are doing the MAE HONG SON Loop. These places are perfect for a rest stop. We're checking into our hotel in Mae Sariang, and it looks very cool. Got a nice pool, a nice gym, and we're right next to the riverside too. Very, very hot here. We're gonna go and find some food. But today was a pretty cool drive. Nothing too dramatic. Still really, you know, some windy roads, but quite easy going. We just took it easy and it took us a few hours.
Very hot, but we have found a restaurant. It's quite a quiet town, but we are starving, so we've come here for a late lunch. It says on Google reviews this was the most popular restaurant in town, but maybe that picks up later on. And we've just ordered some dishes and we're waiting to feed. Not too bad. We ordered just some surprise dishes, tomato sauce, veggies, and some holy basil with some like soy-based vegan meat. This will do for now. Yum.
Driving the MAE HONG SON Loop by car was something that other people may question, so we wanted to give our thoughts on the matter. While it is an incredibly popular motorcycle route, logistically we just could not manage the trip with all of our gear in the time frame we had available. However, it is something that I would have loved to have done on a motorcycle. There were some sections where recent rain had strewn dirt across the highway, but other than that, the roads were of a high standard and had plenty of protective guardrail for cars as well as lower rub rail for bikers. The only consideration I would make if I was to do this by motorcycle would be the time of year. During the rainy season, downpours can seemingly come out of nowhere, and if you're on a motorbike with poor visibility on unfamiliar roads, this can be a recipe for disaster. Driving by car for us was really comfortable. We had aircon, music and podcasts to listen to together, and we could stop during downpours if we needed to. If you have any questions that we haven't answered here, be sure to leave them in the comments below and we will do our best to answer them. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you on the rest of our adventures around Thailand.
And it looks, ow, sorry, that really hurt. That freaked me out. I think it was just touching me.